Hello guys, Afiq here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is going to be a first impression and drive of the Subaru Forester. So the Subaru Forester is a compact SUV that competes with cars like the Honda CR-V, Mazda CX-5 and the ever so popular Proton X70. But here in Malaysia, the Subaru Forester is considered a left field option. So the question that I want to answer today is that option for you? So without further ado, this is ABB Automotive. So here in Malaysia, the Subaru Forester can be ordered with 3 trim levels, which is the 2.0L, 2.0S, and the 2.0S with eyesight. What is eyesight, you ask? So it's a next generation safety feature which I will explain later on. Whichever Subaru Forester that you buy, the only engine available is a 2-liter direct injection boxer engine. So this engine produces 156 horsepower with 196 Newton meters of torque. So power from this engine is sent through their Lineartronic CVT as well as their famous symmetrical all-wheel drive. The Subaru Forester is an all-new car which rides on a global new platform which it's shared with the Subaru XV as well as the Subaru Accent 7-seater SUV which is only available in the United States. Up front, it features a MacPherson strut suspension, while the back is a double wishbone design. The car is equipped with X mode for the lower trim, while the upper 2 trim is equipped with something called a special X mode. So the special X mode adds 2 more off-road modes, which is sand and snow. So for us here in Malaysia, snow obviously is not applicable, but sand you still can use sand for on beaches or something like that. Another side note is that the ground clearance for this SUV is around 220 millimeters of height, so you can take this car somewhat of off-roading if you like. So talking about the design of the new Subaru Forester, the front there is a new grille design feature in the center, and this grille is equipped with active shutter system. So this active shutter system can open and close the grille depending on the situation of the car, whether you're going at cruising speed or just standing still. This can improve the aerodynamic of the car, hence improving the fuel efficiency. For the S trim level and above, you do get LED daytime running light as well as LED headlamp. You also get LED fog lamp. With that being said though, all Subaru Forester features headlamp watches, which is something that I don't find on mainstream SUVs. This is typically a feature reserved for a luxury brand. I'm surprised that they have it here. Other design key features include a lower skid plate as well as plastic cladding. So moving towards the side of the car, the design of the car is rather tall, a square boxy shape. Standard on all Forester are 18-inch machine finish wheels, which does give the car a rather nice look. Of course, being an SUV, it does come equipped with a plastic cladding towards the side of the car. Towards the top of the roof, you do have functional roof rack for your active lifestyle needs, such as you can put your bike on top there or even a roof storage box. Besides that, you do have power folding outside mirror as standard on all range, as well as LED indicators. On the higher trim, the S and the S with the eyesight trim, you do get a 360-degree camera system, which the camera is located underneath the side mirror. Overall, the side profile of the car is really rugged looking. unlike most of today's more sleek and aerodynamic SUV. So if you're into rugged and tough styling of the older traditional SUV, I think the Subaru Forester will fit your build nicely. Lastly, going towards the rear, the design is also upright. It has like a very tall upright look towards the back. You do get a shark fin antenna as well as an integrated spoiler. The rear tailgate for the 2.0S and above is powered, so you can activate it via the remote on the key fob. And then from what Subaru has told me, that they have widened the rear tailgate to improve the loading and unloading capacity of the rear space. The rear lamp does feature LED tail lamps as well as brake lamp, and towards the lower part of the bumper you do get a single exhaust outlet, but it is finished in chrome, which is a nice touch. Overall, the Subaru Forester, personally for me, I find the design of the Subaru Forester a good compromise of both traditional and modern design. Um, it is definitely more square than most people would associate with modern SUVs nowadays. But then, personally, it for me it adds a lot of character to the car. So moving from exterior to the interior part of the car, the dashboard, just like outside, it has a rather upright design. The dashboard is covered with soft touch material as well as orange stitching. Towards the center of the dashboard, there is an 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system with a built-in navigation. Both the front driver and passenger seat features 8-way power adjustable seat. Other notable features inside the car include dual zone automatic climate control, a leather wrapped multifunction steering wheel which tilt and telescopic for comfort, as well as an electronic parking brake that comes standard on all Subaru Forester. Upon starting the car, the speedometer will give a very nice clean welcome sweep to greet you. Standard equipment list on all Subaru Forester include paddle shifter, a rear backup camera, automatic headlamp as well as wiper, a 60/40 split folding rear seat, push start button with keyless entry, a vehicle dynamic control as well as active torque vectoring. On top of that, you also have a multi-function display located at the top of the dashboard. The 2.0S adds in aluminum pedals as well as steering responsive headlight. This feature allows the headlight to turn together as you turn the wheel. Finally, the top of the range 2.0 liter S with eyesight system includes next generation safety features. Opting for the eyesight system bundles together safety features such as blind spot monitoring, adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, as well as a rear cross traffic alert on top of the 360-degree camera. Okay guys, so I'm in the back seat of the Subaru Forester. So it's actually quite roomy back here. I'm actually quite impressed on the amount of space you have. Okay, so I am about 165 centimeter, and then this front seat is adjusted to my driver's position. So headroom, as you can see, is very plentiful. Okay, thanks to the shape of the body. Okay, and then I also have a lot of leg room. Okay, lots of leg room. In terms of amenities, you do have the center armrest, okay, with a couple of cup holder, and then this cup holder is actually one of the most premium looking cup holders I've seen in a mainstream car. And the cup holder also has like these fins at the side, so your cups won't roll about. Okay, and then over here you do have two rear air vents, okay, and then you do have two USB charger, okay, two USB charger. So very good for long distance and our hot weather. Okay, other than that, the window is very big, so your kids will have no issue looking out of the car. And then did I mention that the back seat is reclinable? So originally is in this position, so if this is for regular sitting position, but of course if you go long distance, you want it a little bit more comfortable, you can just pull the strap at the side here, and then it will recline to a much more lounge worthy position. So other than that, it's a very nice place to be back here. Okay guys, so I've just spent a little bit of time driving this Subaru Forester around Miri. So the first thing that I noticed inside here, that the sound insulation inside here is really good. The engine in particular, even though I'm accelerating till 5000 rpm, there's very little intrusion into the cabin. And then the other thing that I noticed inside here upon driving it is the visibility. The windows are very large, okay, so you can see everything around you. Yeah, okay, so that is a plus for me because you are driving an SUV, especially if you are parking in town. I think visibility is important. Not only that, you also get a 360-degree camera on the highest spec. Okay, so in terms of power, obviously it's powered by a 2-liter boxer engine. The power is sufficient, sufficient for town use. And then the CVT gearbox, upon meshing the throttle, it will give you the correct ratio immediately, so you won't have there's no delay. So the ride and handling this car, despite having 18-inch wheels on, it is still quite comfortable. I think that's due in part to the what do you call that, double wishbone suspension at the back. The ride is very supple, and going over road regulation, it irons out really nicely. Especially here in Sabah Sarawak, you know, our road is just terrible. Even our Pan Borneo highway is a sorry excuse to be called a highway. Tapi so far I went over pothole, it really absorbs the bump really nicely lah. So quite I'm happy on that part. And then even though this car is comfortable, it does not sacrifice comfort for handling. The handling for me is actually quite good for a SUV. There's still a little bit of body roll, but then that's expected for an SUV. But then the all-wheel drive system really helps you a lot in the corner. So that symmetrical all-wheel drive system is just not for sure. I mean, it really does its stuff. So yeah, handling and comfort, nice balance between the two. Yeah. Right now I'm cruising at around 70 kilometers an hour, and then my RPM is, I'm not kidding you, my RPM is dead on the 1000 RPM. So it's only idling at 1000 RPM and I'm traveling at 70 kilometers an hour. So that results in a very good fuel consumption figure. Okay, so the fuel consumption figure for this car is for 1 liter you can travel up to 11 to 13 kilometers. So that is actually quite good, considering that this is a 2-liter engine car. By the way, the power seat is not only just for the driver's side, but passenger side you also get power seats, which is rare for a compact mainstream SUV. The one thing I like about the power seat is that you have thigh support. Okay, the thigh support is adjustment. You can adjust the thigh support. Okay, so for long distance journey, it will give you a little bit of a support underneath your leg, so you won't get tired lah when you drive long distance. So in terms of safety, this car is equipped with Subaru's eyesight system. So the eyesight system is essentially Subaru's version of the next generation safety system, sort of like autonomous driving, but then level 2 or 3 autonomous lah. So this system bundles lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, adaptive cruise control. Okay, so all of that system is controlled by the eyesight. So normally on other cars you see all this system is using a radar that's located at the front grille. Typically it's behind the front logo. So you see the logo is like a glass, so that is where the radar usually is. So for Subaru, it is at your windshield. So what this do is that if you're after raining, so the front part of the car is dirty, so this will affect your safety system in terms of measurement accuracy. So for the eyesight, it is located at the top of the windscreen where the wiper cleans all the time. So I find this a more relevant position for a safety system like this, rather than at the front of the car. Touching based on visibility, the A pillar on this car is actually slightly thinner than a lot of the major car I see. So that help improve visibility and blind spot. Yeah. Handling wise, the steering, I find that it has a nice balance in terms of comfort as well as feel. I don't feel completely numb in this steering. It has a weight to it, and then it doesn't feel artificial at all. I think this is in part due to Subaru's older racing heritage. So I think they focus in terms of driving dynamics and driving feel. They really focus on that. So it does show even in their SUV lineup, you feel connected to the car. Okay? You doesn't feel detached. Showing you real quick, this is the Subaru. I think all Subaru using this key now, right? Yeah, so this is the Subaru key. Yeah, so for this car you have the lock button and the unlock button, and at the bottom here is your power tailgate. So you press this to activate your power tailgate. Yeah, very nice size, not too big, not too small. In terms of pricing here in Sarawak, the Subaru Forester 2.0L starts at 152,402 ringgit, while the 2.0S starts at RM 162,402 ringgit. The 2.0S with eyesight system adds in another 10,000 ringgit. All Subaru Forester comes with 3 years warranty or 60,000 km with full free service. So that is it, guys, my first impression and drive of the new Subaru Forester. Let me know in the comment on what you think about this family SUV. Would you still take this left field option over those traditional Honda CR-Vs, Mazda CX-5, or even the Proton X70? I would like to say thank you to Subaru Sebangga Auto Miri for all the assistance in making this video. If you have any information about any Subaru cars, you can straight away contact them. I will put the link to the Facebook page down below. I would like to say thank you for watching and have a nice day.